Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your reading for July 2026. As always, I invite you to stay and take what resonates, leave what does not. This is my only account and I'm never going to reach out first. So, coming out first here is the Ten of Pentacles. Money, money, money. Wow, okay, so some new financial groundedness coming in for you. There might have been a season where you were like, what's going on? Where's my money? Like, I'm working so hard, where's my money? Right? And then it seems like there's kind of like you've turned a new leaf. You might have taken on a new position. You might be pursuing a higher level of education. I think that kind of came up in your last reading, is like you might be pursuing something new that's going to further support you, support your educational endeavors, and also financial piece here. So yeah, Ten of Pentacles is about like legacy and familial connections as well. So you might really be focusing in on what matters, what really makes you feel at home, safe, secure. At the same time, Cancer, I see the Five of Pentacles in the challenge position. It seems like you've had to let some people go recently, some individuals that weren't good for your mental health or good for you in some other way. It's like, I feel like you feel on the outside of their lives. It's like it wasn't a black and white situation for the reasons why you had to do this, and it's still wounding you and it's still making you feel in lack. It's like even though wonderful things are happening here, it's like part of you doesn't feel entirely able to accept it, the happiness, because of whatever this is. The root of it here is like the Two of Swords. It's a stalemate energy. We're just not really, you might be considering letting these people back in. To be honest with you, Cancer, I think part of the reason why this financial abundance is coming in is because you have said no to things that are not fulfilling and not helpful for you. And the only concern I have here is if you do decide, if you pick path A versus path B, if path A is letting these people back in, I'm concerned that that might have a negative impact on what you're manifesting right now. Ultimately, what your decision is to decide whether or not it's worth the risk. And in the past, I see that you decided that you needed to prioritize your well-being, what made you happy. The Nine of Cups is about getting everything you want and deserve and more, the wish card. You wished for a better lifestyle, a lifestyle that you could really pour into yourself, pour into others authentically. And you've been doing that because right now I see you in the Sun energy, happy. The most positive card in the deck. There's a lot of positivity around you, Cancer, and part of the reason for that is because you have closed out negative karmic cycles of past individuals that have taken you down a path of destruction and feeling disconnected from yourself or feeling like you're in lack. And maybe it's not that dramatic, but you know, it's the point is you've made some powerful shifts to get yourself out of anything unfulfilling. And this is such a positive energy that you don't want anything to jeopardize that. I think you're looking for some change. The Death card represents change, upheaval, new beginnings, transformation. You have been transforming. And I think part of this transformation has opened up your heart chakra, opened up your ability to care and see multiple perspectives. There's this empathy and compassion pouring out of you. It might feel really intense, like you're crying a lot and it's like, why am I crying? Like I was just drinking coffee and now I'm crying into my coffee. Like, oh, I've just got that visual for some reason. Maybe that's relevant to someone. But it's like you've been feeling so deeply and having so much compassion, and I love that about you, Cancer, really do. And you need to protect yourself. It's like two things can coexist. You can have compassion for people, but it could be over there, right? Like these people are, maybe it's okay to miss them. It's okay to miss times that were sweet with them. But you have to really decide whether or not it's worth the risk to allow these energies back into your life when you've worked so hard to build something that was not possible with them in your life. Or maybe it was a little bit harder to get to that point. I think there was some distractions. It could just be distraction, like it distracted you from connecting with yourself on a deeper level or trusting yourself. There were a lot of opinions, a lot of messages, maybe religious practices, beliefs that you don't choose to subscribe to anymore or don't really resonate with you. And you know, I was talking about emotional fulfillment. Right now, I see that you're leading with the Knight of Cups. It's like you want to offer an olive branch of some kind, or you want to show up authentically. It's like you don't want to appear cold-hearted, mean, or insensitive. And I see you coming forward with this cup just ready to share. And it's like, that's really admirable and honoring to come from you, because it seems like these people maybe did not always have your best interests at heart. And I don't know that they're 100% deserving of this cup here. They might be. They might have turned a new leaf. But Cancer, I think Spirit's just asking you to connect. The Hierophant is about divine connection. But this is also a nuanced card. This is kind of about, like, I think part of you is feeling pulled to revert back into something that you once felt connected to, whether this is a religion, a tradition, a familial connection of some kind. You're feeling almost like a magnet is pulling you back in. And it's like this familiarity. Familiarity is not always safety. Let that sink in for a second. It's not, because things that feel familiar are not always for your highest good. And I think you're learning painfully to some degree that you need to discern whether or not it's time to fully shut the door to something. And I say that lovingly, because you should be able to trust yourself and should be able to make choices that, you know, help you align and feel authentic. If this is something you really absolutely want to do, just make sure that you are fully grounded in that decision, that there's absolutely no attachment to outcome, and that you're able to embody this change that you've worked so hard to build, and you're really guarding your resources, your time, the attention you've put on healing yourself and healing past patterns of maybe emotional avoidance or codependency, or maybe dismantling any religious practices that you don't really want as part of your lifestyle. It's like you don't want to revert back to things that you've outgrown or things that don't serve you. So that familiarity piece, yes, it's alluring, but is it healthy and is it helpful? I think those are questions you're needing to ask yourself very seriously and honestly right now. I see that if you do extend this olive branch, I do think that's where you're headed. And I'm not just saying don't, like, you know, you have free will and you get to decide what happens here, Cancer. So you're hoping to really embody this, like, charisma and this confidence, that you're not going to be able to be budged or moved away from this, you know, this happiness. There's a lot of Leo energy here. The Sun, the King of Wands. It's like very fiery, confident energy. Leo, the sign Leo is very confident. There might be a significant Leo in your life that is encouraging you and supporting you, maybe a friend or like a sibling or a partner of some kind. It seems like there's a lot of fire energy here, so just thought I'd bring that up. Don't get hung up on zodiacs though. But I feel like you're really hoping to embody this confidence when you're having this conversation. Just like you don't want to seem vulnerable in any way. And I think that piece of not wanting to appear vulnerable or not wanting to get stuck is actually creating a stuckness. Is that a word? I don't know. In your mind. I see the Eight of Swords here is kind of the potential outcome. Take some time to think, Cancer, whether or not you want to have this conversation. Just know that you have free will and you get to decide if you want to do this. You don't have to. You don't have to. So if somebody's pressuring you to have this conversation, just make sure it feels aligned for you to have it. And if it's something that you really need to have, if you really need to have this conversation to move forward with clarity and the healing that you're desiring, allow these feelings of rumination to dissipate before you move forward. Really take some time to rest and, again, be in divine connection. Try to meditate. Try to take some time to just sit in silence or in nature, somewhere where your nervous system can rest. I feel like there's been this like unsettledness. That familiarity is kind of like your nervous system was in this like critical, detrimental state with some of these connections. Not all of you, some of you. This is a specific message for someone, but just remember how your body felt in certain situations with these people, and ask yourself if this is something that you want to move forward with, or if this is something you're ready to fully close out. Because I think what's really binding you here is reverting back to old patterns, or the fear of reverting back to old patterns, not having enough strength, not having enough confidence to set boundaries with these people. If there is an olive branch extended, it's like, can I trust that these people are going to honor my boundaries? Is there really room or space to attempt this? So Cancer, let's just get you a couple clarification cards here. What does Cancer need to know? What further clarity can you give Cancer? Any other clarification? I feel like I need to do one more. Maybe. Yes. Okay. 2 more. It's always one more than I think. Okay. I think there is a potential for some ego duos. Sorry. Some ego duels. I've been doing readings all day. I'm really sorry, guys. Ego duels just sounded really funny to me. There is this potential to really kind of butt heads. I don't know if there's like a specific person that you really do enjoy being with, but like when it comes to points of view, there's not always alignment. But I think your desire is to find common ground with this person. This could be a romantic connection, doesn't have to be. This can also just be about like meeting each other with care and respect. That is the desire here in this conversation. So make that your goal, to find common ground, to find alignment. And if that's absolutely impossible, you're leading with this emotional intelligence and this heart forward kind of process. If you feel like that's getting trampled over, it's not worth it, right? So just be mindful and watch for this, Cancer. The Page of Cups tells me that this is like, this could possibly be an apology. You might be receiving an apology. I think there is potential for healing here. So if it feels aligned for you to move forward, Cancer, go ahead and do so, but not until you feel grounded, not until you feel like you've had enough time to rest and reflect on everything we just went through here. It's a lot of change here for you, Cancer. Be kind to yourself, be compassionate, and just know that you can trust yourself. You've done a lot of positive healing. And that is your reading for July. I will see you next time. Take care.